Welcome back, everyone, to the Pan Pacific Championships. I am Unstable, bringing you this round of 8 matchup between Deth and Kowi, New Zealand versus AU, which is really weird, considering we had a lot of US and Canadians in the first matchup. But looks like both these guys have gotten in. Deth taking out ro8, Cat, and Kowi taking out Realist to get here. I'm joined here by Wolf from Wolfcast, and man, I don't know, you don't actually have no idea what's going on here because you don't know these players, so... It's all new times for you.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really seen, I've seen Deth, of course, play today against Zerg, but I haven't seen him play against Protoss. I don't know his Protoss style, but he was very aggressive. What he liked to do against, Zerg player was to be aggressive and then expand. And I'm guessing that he'll probably do something similar here in this matchup, but of course you know better than I do. But I can only expect, some Marauder aggression and expansion behind that.
Yeah, well, Kowi definitely known for his extremely aggressive style. I think the best way to put it was one of the other Protoss players, and see Pinder put it as the ultra impressive, super aggressive style, aka cheese. Because Kowi does like 4-gating a lot, even in tournaments. But I have seen him do a lot of extremely unique playstyles recently versus Zerg and Terran, so hopefully we see something like that pop out. Like, I've actually seen a game where it was Kowi versus Moonglade. Actually, he's actually gone straight. He's gone a 4-gate, but jumped in a warp prism as well, and got blink and blinked up to the main of Moonglade after he pulled all his units to the natural and just force fielded the ramp at the top by getting those units up there, which was really impressive to me. So hopefully we see some more intuitive play from him. But as far as Deth does have a lot of experience dealing with some really aggressive Protoss. I'm pretty sure he's just going to play it safe and defensive, try and defend any kind of aggression Kowi puts in, and once he does that, he should be ahead.
Yeah, there's always a possibility that we could see Kowi go for Stargate play on this map. He can be very aggressive with that and be harassy as well. And so we'll see if that's what he's got in mind. He's going to do a gas steal, so that's kind of unusual in this matchup. You don't see that too often, but he's going to retreat, and that's going to make it... it's going to make Deth maybe think about expanding, actually, rather than teching. Because it'll take a while to get rid of that assimilator.
Well, in the ZVT matchup, it's to stop that Cloak Banshees. In the ZVT, it's just purely to stop that Cloak Banshee play. I think that could be on the mindset of Kowi if he does decide to go for any 4 or 5-gate aggression. He doesn't want to have to deal and just auto-lose to any kind of Cloaked Banshee because he does not have time to get that Robotics Bay. We do have a reactor on the first barracks for Deth, though. That's very interesting to me. Normally you want to get a more Marauders in the mix versus Protoss.
Yeah, you don't usually see that reactor out when you're doing multiple barracks play, and I think that Deth might have just decided to go multiple barracks after the gas steal. He actually wasn't even attacking that assimilator there for just a moment, but he's going to send that Marine back over. He's getting a bunker to be safe, and this probe is still out here, so the probe could throw it on a pylon if he chooses to. He's going to be aggressive with his Stalker, but once that bunker is up, the Stalker really not going to be able to do a whole lot. Maybe they'll do a little bit of damage and then run away and recharge the shields, but not going to do too much damage. And we do see a Stargate for Kowi, though, and that could be pretty devastating if Deth isn't prepared. But he is, of course, making a lot of Marines. He got that reactor ASAP, so he might wait for a second Void Ray and try to force some stims. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely.
Actually, no, that's not a second Stargate. I thought I saw a second Stargate, but those are actually just 2 more gateways. So 3-gate Stargate is actually a really popular all-in build for Protoss players to do.
I have actually seen Kowi do this a lot too. What he'll do, he'll put a pylon down at the bottom ramp here and try and bring a Void Ray to get vision up onto the top and warp Zealots in while microing his Void Ray. So
yeah, I've seen that a lot too, actually, and it's actually really effective if you don't scout for that. I think that's why Deth has that depot over there, but it's not going to quite reach to see the pylon, however. And he is going to lose this probe, maybe, which would be huge. He does have that forward pylon up, but if he doesn't have that probe to make that other pylon you were just talking about, would not be good. But it looks like Deth going to try to pressure here, bring it to SCVs as well, and I don't think that's really the best choice. Not going to work by any means. Not enough units at all.
Warp Gate Research is just finished now too, so he will be able to hold this off. But if he sends this one Void Ray across to Deth's base now, it could be very frustrating because he only has 3 Marines in his base right now, almost 4. And Void Rays do a lot more damage. Oh, I love this from Kowi. Charging his Void Ray on his own Nexus's energy, because there's no way Deth is going to be able to snipe that. As long as he can get in there really quick. And there we go. Great force field by Kowi. And, oh no, the Void Ray lost charge because the Stalker and Sentries killed the Marines at the front. That is going to be frustrating.
Yeah, it ought to be a little bit frustrating. Second Void Ray is out now. And it looks like Deth is just really going to try to keep pressuring here. And, you know, I don't know if this is the best choice. You probably need to turn around a little bit earlier because the Stalkers are very fast. And you will be able to pick off most of these units, I think. Try to pull that Stalker back to save it, but not quite able to.
Yeah.
But, you know,
So
Kowi trading armies here, only losing one Stalker. Going to pick off this Marauder as well. And Deth not going to be in the best shape ever. He's got this forward pylon, Kowi does, and he's warping 2 Stalkers in there. And this all-in attack could actually work, especially because Deth tried to expand behind this. Needs to get some missile turrets up ASAP.
Yeah, definitely. It's these Stalkers that are actually going to make the difference, I think, because they will be able to pop a lot of these Marines. Stim is not done yet, so Kowi has a very short amount of time to be a lot more useful. If he goes now, it should be okay. Charging on those rocks. I have actually seen Kowi charge on his own Stalkers to keep that stuff alive. There he goes, on the Stalkers. And he's going to be able to pop these so quickly. This is going to be very frustrating for Deth. Kowi needs to keep these Void Rays charged, though. Keep them charged, buddy. There we go. So he's going to be able to... Oh, he loses charge on one of them. Force fields should be going down any second. There we go. The force fields go down. Kowi does lose one of those Void Rays, though. He still has charge, taking out a lot of SCVs. But I think there's just too many Stalkers for Deth to be able to deal with here, as they will be able to pop a lot of these Marines very quickly. But they do have Stim. A lot of them are on orange and red health. So this is going to be very close. Kowi taking this opportunity to expand, too.
Yeah, more Stalkers warping in, and Kowi's looking pretty solid at this point. I don't know if Deth's going to be able to come back. He does have that command center up, so if he holds this off, he will be able to expand. And he just might. Marines doing so much DPS. Now Kowi finally microing those Stalkers back, using their superior range, kill those Marines. And Deth's going to lose this depot and might lose some more Marines here. It's just so hard to reinforce as a Terran player in this situation against, you know, the crazy warp gate power that Protoss has.
Yeah,
and
Kowi doing a great job right now. Kowi doing a great job, not overcommitting himself. He is going to go and snipe this bunker going down. Great choice by him. If he can just not panic and keep up this aggression, Deth is in a lot of trouble. But he is pumping out a lot more Marauders than normal.
I'd like to see him warping around his Zealots to help deal with those SCVs, because that's really what's giving them the trouble right now. And, you know, he's losing a lot of Stalkers here. He needs to get some Zealots and actually just warping in one. And he's making another Void Ray back at home as well. And he might just decide to use the Zealot to get himself some time and retreat. Looks like that's what he's going to do. He's going to pick off another Stalker or two. Nope, he's just going to keep attacking here. Needs to make some Zealots, I think, though, instead of Stalkers. But he's going to lose those Stalkers very quickly to the Marauders.
I do love...
Looks like Deth is going to hold off for now.
Yeah, he's hold off, but I do love how Kowi kept those SCVs coming out. So they keep them from mining. And this Void Ray's back in the main base now, just frustrating the hell out of Deth, as all those Marines do come back. But Kowi just all over Deth right now.
He's got this really good sense of how much you need, how much time you have before you lose your charge. He's been so good about keeping the charge on those Void Rays constantly. And that's huge and so important in this matchup. And with those Void Rays, just if you're going to go for Void Rays, you have to control them absolutely perfectly, and that's exactly what Kowi's doing here. Deth, you know, doesn't have that many SCVs left. Kowi's already transferred his probes over to his expansion, and it's looking like this might be it.
Yeah, pulling all the SCVs here now for Deth. Bit of lag by Dell. Stop it. There we go. But all these Marines just being melted. There are no longer anything to be able to hit the Void Rays, and we're going to have to see a GG coming in from Deth. So just, that was insane control by Kowi.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I like that.